Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We are here for our first match of the NKFL, the Nordic Keyforge League, Sealed Season 2. And we're going to be playing against AnxiousPirate. So we are going to take a look at his decks, and this is my first time taking a look at them. Let's get to the right screen. There we go. And we also need to get into our deck selector games. Okay, so I need to make a game, I guess under test. Player 2. That's weird. So I need to make a game for us, I guess. And I guess I send this to him. Okay, so let's take a look. Whoa, is this one of his decks? This Lady of Silvertop? The Lady of Silvertop, yep. Oh, okay. I didn't see that one. Oh my, triple control the Reek, Arise, Time Traveler, and Four Horsemen? Luckily they don't have a cleansing wave to go with the Four Horsemen. So, I guess, let's see, it's got 12 printed Ember, some speed with the Phase Ship, Sloppy Lab Work, Time Traveler. Almost no creature control, though. So the control of weeks here, and a life ward. Whew. So there's a lot of disruption there. Okay. Next up, they have Three-Eyed Jetsam, which looks to be a really good DT deck. It's got 20 printed Ember, including 2 Strange Ordination. It's got 18 creatures. Decent creature control. I can't tell how good it is. Not bad Ember control. And it can probably generate a lot of embers, so especially 20 printed embers. So that's going to be tough too. Then we have a Chinese Mass Mutations deck that's 74 SAS, 10 printed ember, a Mind Over Matter, Subtle Auto, and Tempting Offer. It's got a Lethologica, Cronus, Eclectic Inquiry, Autovac, Auto Encoder with less than 1 efficiency? What? What is up with that? That's weird. Creature control, no board wipes, but it does have a Mind Over Matter. A sack of coins, Dark Wave. Not a lot of creature control in that one either, actually. So even though it looks pretty good, out of these 3 so far, probably this one is the worst because it's got more creature control with the speed. The disruption is a pain too, but okay, let's check out the next 3. Let's refresh here. Oh, okay, I guess we're ready to ban. So, let me take a look at the other 3 decks. Nance of Fey Stream Crossing. Oh man, this also is a ton of printed ember. 17 bonus ember, a too much to protect. Double Ghost Hawk. Mac the Knife, Hawk, Universal Translator, Low Dawn. 2 unnatural selections and a Chimera Eclipse. Not a lot of ping damage, but the 2 board wipes are nice. And then Ember Control, Does have the too much to protect, the chain gain, Sensor Chief Garcia. So this one you got to go to 6 until it gets rid of the too much to protect. Okay, maybe that one isn't as bad as it first seemed. Only 14 creatures. Okay. This next one, 66, 7 Printed Ember, a Life Ward, Hysteria, and Gungoozle. A decent amount of creature control, but no board wipes. The flex with Lollop and Groggins is pretty good. Healing Blast is also good with the big Brobnar. Oh, and then it's got Proclamation, which that's actually pretty big. Proclamation and Lash. Ooh, that's a pain in the rear. Oof. Okay. Next up is Bronson. 8 Printed Ember. Not a lot of speed. Oh, but it's got Restringuntus and 3 Ember Imps. Oh, man. It doesn't have a lot of creature control, but it's got 23 creatures and 3 trolls. Also a pile of skulls. This is actually a really good deck. And a lot of Ember control. Okay. And so that's a 6. So out of those 6, I think it's maybe this DT, although let's check it out again. It's got 18 creatures, 6 in Sanctum, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 in Star Alliance. That could be a problem. 4 in Unfathomable. So I think I'm either going to do the DT deck or this Coda deck. Just a 3 Ember Imps and the Restringuntus. I think I'll do this DT deck. 3-Eyed Jetsam. Yeah, okay. We'll ban that. And they banned my Lose. So let's take a quick look at my decks. They banned Lose, which is Mass Mutation, which is pretty good. This Worlds Collide is actually, I think, pretty dang good. So I think we're going to save that. Let's see. What's it called? Porto Storm. We're going to save Porto Storm. Okay, what'd they save? They're still saving. Okay. What's up, Dinobot? How's it going? Yeah, there's one of my new ones. I have a couple that are still under pending, including animated one. But we'll get there. This is our match for NKFL Sealed. We're waiting for AnxiousPirate to save a deck on his side. And we'll go from there. He's got a lot of disruption. Let me take a look at my deck again. We need some creature control. Whatever he bans, I guess that's the only concern with this one. I mean, we'll have to see when it gets to the matchups, but we need to have a decent amount of creature control. That's funny. We both have 4 Horseman decks. Let's see. He's going to ban one of those 4. Let's refresh again. He still hasn't saved. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, there's a smiling Dinobot. That's good. Good to hear it. I was inspired a little bit by your YouTube Shorts. I think I actually had an issue. So I had downloaded all the VODs of the 24-hour stream, and then like the downloader that I used didn't download them correctly. So then I had to find a different one. Twitch Leecher is broken right now. So I found another one that worked, but I was thinking as I put it together, I was thinking of maybe doing some shorts to kind of advertise it. Let's see. He's still. What do we think he's gonna make safe? The 3 to control the weak is pretty good, but it's got no board control, but tons of disruption. Now, it would be a lot better probably if it had more than 4 disc creatures. So I got to make sure I really control that disc board. He does have the rise, so he might be able to get them all back and then control the weak a couple times and really kill me. It's possible. This one just looks like a value deck. It's pretty fast. This one also trying to rush with this. Trying to get out creatures probably in Shadows and Star Alliance. Use the Ghost Hawks. Alright, he's still thinking what to keep safe. This one seems pretty painful because of the Proclamation and the Lash of Broken Dreams. We'd also have to control that Brobnor board. This one looks pretty difficult, actually. And this one also tons of disruption with the 3 Ember Imps and the Restring Guntet. So whatever we bring to this fight, we got to bring lots of creature control, and we might need to hold creature control at the right time. I'm going to get rid of this Jetsam because I banned it. Okay, he made his Mass Mutation one with the speed. He saved that one. So now we got to ban one of these other decks. So are we more scared of the 3 control the weaks? The AOA that can put a pretty good board down and tax us really bad? Or the triple Ember Imp Restring Guntus? I think I'm going to take out this AOA actually. And the reason why is it's got the most creature control. The other 2 have very little creature control, so my plan is board up. Now this does have a ton of creatures. It can go huge Sanctum, 10 Sanctum with a round table, and the Horsemen, which allow you to kill pretty easily. Can I even handle that? I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, that's actually going to be pretty hard for me to handle. So is that really what we want to do here? This also has a huge board. Lots of big creatures. It's got 8 in Brobnar with the war chest. This has 20 creatures, 6 in Brobnar with a gauntlet and the flex and into the fray. It's got 6 in dis, 8 in the sanctum. I think we still get rid of this AOA. But he's got some pretty good board decks, so I'm actually dreading this a little bit. So yeah, let's get rid of Lords. Lords. Ban Lords. Okay, and he banned my Valkyrie. Okay. Alright, so now we get to pick what we think is the best game for game 1. So we got Drummouse, Portostome, Radia, and Zeb. Let's take a quick look. He banned Valkyrie and Luz. I think we go with Zeb, actually. It's got lots of good creature control. It's got some disruption. And I don't think he would expect it. This DT is actually tempting as well. It has like no Ember control whatsoever, so you just gotta go fast because it's got tons of speed. And this Coda, I don't remember what this Coda does. What's up, Stalker? Nope, I have not got here yet. What's up, Quick Draw? Thanks for the follow. We're just about to get started on game 1. We just made our bans and our saves, so I am picking the deck that I am going to go with game 1. And I'm trying to decide, I think I'm either going to go with this Coda or this DT game 1, and I think I might actually go for the DT. We're going to go try and speed. We're going to go with our lowest SAST. Try and outrush him. And he is still deciding. Hey, Ketzer. Nice to see you. Quick Draw, been enjoying your sloppy lab work series. Hey, Orion. Nice to see you as well. Thanks for watching. We got a NKFL sealed match. Just waiting on AnxiousPirate. Okay, he picked the Lady of Silvertop. The big control. So that could definitely be an issue. But let's go. Let's see how it goes. Let's just start it up and give him a link. Let's see, what was ours called? Already forgot. Drummouse. There we go. Okay. Played my first NKFL sealed match this afternoon. All right, how'd it go, Fudginator? New emotes, that's right. I got a couple more in there. I'm waiting for some more to be approved. Yeah, I made the Star Alliance one into icon. Yep, and then I have a new one. Playing with more AI. I also added the bear as an emote, but it's still under review. Congrats, good job, Fudginator. I haven't played a single one of my decks. Okay. We're going to mulligan this because we want to save the infighting for later. Plus, we really want to start with a lot of our Logos speed. Getting out the PI Swevin is tempting, but ideally we would have a Triska that's protected by a Kirkar, and then we get the Swevin going, and so it can reap right away. So we're gonna mulligan this. Yeah, plus we want the Siegeforge later. Siegeforge is so good. And especially with this deck, it just wants to rush. It's got not a lot of Ember control. It's just got a Mookling. Oh no, Time Traveler turn 1. Okay, so we're going to go in Dame. We're going Bumblebird. We're going Milobi. And we're putting Way the Pixie on Bumblebird and in turn. Yeah, it's sad that Twitch was messed up earlier, especially I know you and the captain were planning to stream. Okay, he goes Logos and he plays out Dexter. He also plays out Researcher Smoko, plays Fogify so I can't fight, and reaps with Time Traveler. Okay, so this is a nice segue into our logos. We're going to go Hydro Cataloger. We're going to go Bidgewilden, which will put up the tide for us, and then because of that, it will also archive. Oh, and it puts Siegeforge in our archives. Beautiful. That's what we wanted in our archives. Now, I think I phase shift the world tree here? Let me think about it. I could also put out the shield you later, and then bouncing Death Cork on the shield you later. I think we get the Time Traveler and the Dexter. Or do we let the Time Traveler live? He hasn't used his help from Future Self yet. I mean, it'll come at some point, and he'll probably kill it when it comes. We don't really want to be killing the Smoko because it archives a card for them. Yeah, skill with the Hydro Cataloger archiving the Siegeforge, definitely. What's up, Southerly Elf? Thanks for watching. Happy to see you again. This is our NKFL sealed Season 2, our first match for it against AnxiousPirate. So I think we're actually going to phase shift out our Shield You later, and then bouncing Death Cork, get rid of the Dexter, the Shield You later, repeat it, take out the Time Traveler and the Build Warden, and then we will actually hold on to our Untamed, try and go on Untamed next, hope that we can use our creatures. He goes Dis. Poltergeist, Life Ward, Hand of Dis. He did kill my Hydrocotylauger, which actually I don't care about. I hope to have just the tide the whole match. And now if he raises a tide, he doesn't get a card archive. So I'm good with that. We're going to go Untamed. I'm not going to do a archive. He has been playing lots of card with Ember already. He's already up to 5 Ember, but we're going to be gaining a bunch of Ember this turn. We're playing out World Tree. We're going to play, even though Milobi already is Skirmish, we're going to play this Instrument of Silence on Milobi so that it gets Ember when it fights. Bumblebird is going to Reap to gain Chew. We're going to do the Fittest to gain another. Unfortunately, we won't get to check. Now, the question is, do we fight with Milobi? And I do think we fight here. Because they could kill Bumblebird with Research Smoko. And we want to have as few of creatures as possible on the board for them. They're back into Logos. Another Fogify, a Brain Eater. Discard Dexter this time. They do use a Life Ward, and they're at check. I don't have a way to stop them. I can't play creatures, so I'm not going Star Alliance. So my options are either Untamed, which is pretty good. I can get 3 Ember there. I don't think I'd want to put any creatures back on the top. Or I could go Logos. I can't phase shift anything because I can't play creatures. And then think twice. I guess I could think twice my Fittest or Bouncing Death Cork. It's not that great. So we're not going to go Logos. We're going to go Untamed. We're going to Discard our youngest bear and just reap twice. And in turn. Xoque living that no ember control life right now. That's right. You should drink a drink. Thanks, Stalker. I do need a drink. I appreciate that. Can't let that Bumblebird die. That's right. Bumblebird OP. But they take out... See? They were scared of Bumblebird. Brain Eater taking it out. Uh-oh, quick draw. They're playing the sloppy lab work. I'm not sure if I can come back from this. We will have to see. I forget actually what Ember Control they have. I should have actually looked at it, which I didn't. They have Batdrome, Pandemonium, and Dexter. So they have almost none as well. So this is like a no Ember versus no Ember Control. However, they have the 3 Control the Weeks, which is pretty much Ember Control by itself. And we haven't seen one of those yet. So we have to be ready to be kicked in the face with a Control the Week. Okay, I think here we go Logos. And we do not pull our archive. We put out our anomaly exploiter. We phase shift out our Kirkar. And then we think twice. It's kind of tempting to phase shift out the Espion, but I was thinking the Fiddish just for the Ember. Let's see, how much creature control do they have? Yeah, they have almost none. We haven't seen any Sanctum yet, so it might actually be nice. So let's say that they're going to go Sanctum and put a whole bunch of creatures on the board. We definitely don't want to get rid of our Bouncing Death Quirk yet. If we go 5, Milobi will be 6 and we'll be able to enrage. So that's pretty good. And having 2 creatures on the board from Star Alliance is also pretty good. But I think we're going to go the fittest here. We get an extra Ember and beef up. So we have 2 6-power creatures. Oh, and we have infighting. That's perfect, even though we'll kill our Kirkar. Yep, here comes the Sanctum. How many creatures do they have? They do have a Glorious Few and a Round Table. Okay, Glorious Few's gone. We don't have to worry about that anymore. That's good. Sergeant Ezekiel into Brain Eater takes out the Kirkar. Here comes Bulwark. Force of Famine to destroy Ezekiel and Remiel. Okay. Now the question is, what do I do here? And it's tempting to go Untamed because I can kill all them, but I think I'm going to go Star Alliance because I have 6. I can get a play off of Triska and stun all of them, or kill the Remiel and stun the Bulwark. Oh, I can't stun them. What am I thinking? I can kill the Remiel. I can stun them all if I go Untamed. But I want to save the infighting, I think. Even though it might not do a lot with a big Sanctum board. We're going to go Star Alliance here. We're going to set up our Colonist Chapman to die, probably, with the Horseman of Famine. I think that's okay. Let's do a little bit of thinking here. Colonist of Chapman, I want to put here, and I want to put Triska under it, and then Espion on the outside. Officer Blaster on the Espion so that it can kill Remiel. I think that's the play. Even though if he then goes into Sanctum, he can kill Colonist Chapman with Horseman. I think that's alright. this is all going to come down to how much he gets out of um, the control the weaks. And maybe I shouldn't have killed Remiel yet because they don't have any others, so it's not as worthwhile. Maybe I should have killed the Bulwark. Okay, here comes the disc. Snudge Pandemonium, Arise to Logos to get the Time Traveler back. They raise the tide to use Famine to kill Chapman. And to kill Triska. That was a nice play. Okay. So, I think we go... which way do we go here, actually? I could... If I go untamed, I can kill the Bulwark, gain an Ember, stun the Snudge, infight to use the Snudge to kill the Horseman, but then that will also kill my Melobi with Espion. So I kind of actually might want to go Starlines here. I can use the Espion to kill something. It'll die. The Officer's Blaster will go to my Melobi, which will be nice. I can put the Kirkar here. I can also shield somebody. Do we get the Snudge instead of the Bulwark? Probably. Ugh. I should have killed that Bulwark. So I think we're going to go Star Alliance. Let's see. If we go Logos with the Anomaly Exploiter, we could kill the Horseman. We put out the Sweven, which they have to kill. Sanctum Armor is super strong versus infighting, which is another reason I should have killed the Bulwark before, so I made a big mistake there. We're going to go Starlines. We're going to play the Kirkar over here. We're going to fight the Espion into... I still don't know what the right call is. Yeah, definitely either Snudge or Bulwark. I think the Snudge here. It can cause too much disruption. So now our Melobi is super powered, and then we're also going to shield you later, I think on Kirkar and Inchurn. Okay, we did get it all tied up. What else do we have in our draw? Our Mookling, our Chelonia with no creatures. We have some logos coming. We haven't got a lot of good stuff out of our logos. Here comes their logos, which is a problem. And here comes the infighting. Yeah, we have to go infighting here. So let's go untamed. Skirmish. Okay, so we have skirmish because the instrument is silenced. So we don't need the tide, although we'll get it. Get it when we play all tied up. I think we just do that. So now we just gotta time this right, order this right. So infighting, if we play it now, I think we actually kill Bulwark first, and then play the infighting. Gonna be honest, I expect a CW by now. Yeah, but if he can chain him, that's gonna really, really hurt. So we're gonna fight the Bulwark, and then we're gonna infight, and then we're gonna play Mushroom Man. Oh yeah, I forgot. He was power 8. That's why he killed it. Okay, and then we're gonna play out the Mushroom Man. Right here and in turn. And we do get to check, so that's nice. It's going Logos right away. Interesting. Help from future self. Get back the Time Traveler. He's drawn a ton with Time Traveler. Plays out Smoko. Probably will Reap with Brain Eater to get to check. I hope he does, actually. Phase Shift. Commander Remio. Okay. I was thinking Control the Weak. Okay, so I get my key. I think I go Untamed here again. Because when I fight, I gain 1. So I gain 1, gain 2, and then I play out the Malobi to tax them. The other option is Logos, where they have to respond. And that would actually also take them off a check. I kind of like that. Even though I have 2 Logos coming. Yeah, let's go Logos, because we can still take them off check. Then we can, although with a control of weak, we can't necessarily tax them. So, but if they control the weak, then I also have multiple houses on the board. So that's also good. We don't want the Siege Forge yet. We're going to keep it till the end. Although, yeah, we're going to keep it to the end. We're going to archive the top 2 cards. We're going to pay out our PI Swiven over here. And our PI Swiven over here. And capture an Ember over here. And we're going to anomaly exploit their famine and insure. Okay, so we've redrawn. Oh, we have super messy archives. That really sucks. Here comes some more horsemen. Commander Remiel use a Brain Eater to kill. Interesting. I don't usually theory of theory or conjecture to you play top card, but I probably would have there some good cards in the deck. Yeah, it's true. And especially with kind of what happened with having messy archives, it probably was the right call. It means I would have either played Chelonia or Science, which would have done nothing for me. Chelonia would have been another threat, which I guess is nice. So now that they're going big board, I gotta think about my options here and think also about, can I burst enough? I'm actually tempted to go Logos here. We know control the weeks are coming, so we're gonna get control the week pretty quick, unless they just keep going Sanctum, which they could definitely do, because they can get to check with Sanctum probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can get 5 Ember, which is all they would need to get to check. And then that's when we seize Forge. So they can't play. Let's see. They've already played. Oh, they've started redrawing. So we know they have 3 control the weeks right now. So that's a huge concern. Let's check a look at what else we can do here. If we go Star Alliance, we can gain 3 Ember if we play the Seize Forge, which we probably wouldn't want to do. We can gain 2 Ember. Make It So is always not that great in my experience. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Logos. And I think the question is, do I take my archive for the science? Probably not. I can gain another Ember off Ethereal Conjecture, but then it just wrecks my hand. Uh, huh. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're gonna play the science. We're gonna play with, first we're gonna read with PI Swevin. Oh yeah, phase shift, baby. We're gonna play Theory of Conjecture. Play the top card of our deck. And hope for an action. Nope. And actually, Espion was not what we wanted, because then they can use even another creature. Then we phase shift. I think the only other action we have is Make It So, but that does get us to check, which is huge, because they have almost no Ember control. So, Make It So. Here we go. And then I'm gonna guess Logos. Oh, it's another phase shift. Beautiful. Oh, so we get to guess again, huh? What else do we have? I think we guess either Logos or Untamed here. Let's go Logos again, actually. Nope, it was Starlines. Okay, so we'll phase shift, which is perfect with our science. That puts us in a really good position. I almost feel like we should do the Seas. No, we shouldn't do the Seas Forge yet. Maybe Red Hen Registry. What is our creature Emperor control again? Pandemonium. If they redraw on the Pandemonium, we're screwed. So we need to think that they're gonna go into Pandemonium. So we're gonna play Red Hen Registry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they can capture 6. So maybe I actually play a creature here. Lucky Logos. Best Make It So ever for sure. Playing a Chelonia would mean they'd have to kill it, but they can do that easily. Playing a Muckling prevents them for a key. That's pretty good. And using the damage pip, I could actually take out something. He says, honestly, a single control of the week would have won me the game. I'm so annoyed. I need a break. I'm tilted and you are playing very slowly, so it is making it worse. Not your fault. Just been agitated. Okay. Let's play the Mookling here, actually. And this turn was way too long. Okay. And then we'll kill the Remiel. Yeah. It was a long turn. This game mattered way too much for me. Okay. He is a bit tilted. He's taking a quick 5. Okay. Well then. There's that. But I guess we got the first game. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate that he's feeling so bad. So we'll have to decide what we want for the next game. I think we go strong with Portostome, but let's see. If he goes strong with his Mass Mutations deck, how does that match up versus Portostorm? I don't know. It's got a lot more Ember control. So from that perspective, it matches up pretty good. What's all this Ember control? Effervescent Principle. Boss Zarek, which kinda 2 Faust the Greats, which is great. 2 Citizen Strix. A Monument to Faust. Master Mindy. A Ludo, which is actually really good also. Okay. He is now ready. So let's pick. And we need to pick either Portostorm, probably, or Zeb. Yeah, let's go Zeb actually. We'll go Zeb second game. And let's see, they picked so I guess we're going all Mass Mutation third. They picked Bronson, okay. Let's see, is he making a game? Don't know. Maybe not. Okay, we picked Zeb, and they picked Bronson. So let's take a look at those. Here's Zeb, where's Bronson? Bronson is our triple Ember Imp Restringuntus, and we have our own. Wait, we pick Zeb. We have our own Ember Imps. Okay. So this will be interesting. Okay. All right. I do have the creature control. He's got the disruption, and he's got a lot more Ember control. That's going to be the issue with this one, which I might not be able to handle. Battlefleet is not bad. I think we'll keep it. Getting 2 big Brobnar on the board is not bad to start with. I think we actually, go right away and go Brobnar. Normally I'd play the Dis and play out the Toxin and then play 4 Brobnar in a row, but because of the Ember Imps, because of the Restringuntus, I just want to get a big creature on the board right away. Shit, I forgot to hit in the turn. Okay, War Chest Troll. There we go. We are gonna bare hand that War Chest, sound the horns. We got Rock Curling Giant, which gets discarded our Gateway to Dis and 3 Fates. Oh, that is bad news. There goes our creature control, and we'll just reap with Troll. We get our own War Chest. Seeker Needle, Hidden Stash, Macis Asp is not great. And pawn sacrifice on the Macis Asp to do some damage. We'll go back into Brobnar, play out War Chest, and we'll just reap 3 times. Get to check. Here comes Dis, here comes a Restringuntus. They stop Brobnar. Hand a Dis on the Rock Hurling Giant and the Ember Imp. That is an issue, actually. So we do Forge. We're going to go Mars. So we can only play 2 cards. So we can play the Battle Fleet, but we don't have a way to kill the Ember Imp or the Restringuntus in Mars. So we're not actually going to play the Battle Fleet here. I think we're going to play Dominator, Grabber Jammer, so that we can protect something that can kill the Ember Imp next turn. I think that's the play. Play out Grabber Jammer and Dominator. I think we're going to actually just discard the Marauders. Actually, let's save them. Because we have to go Mars next turn anyway if we're going to kill Ember Imp or Restringuntus. So, okay, let's go Mars. I think we kill the Ember Imp here. Let's do the Battle Fleet. I guess I should have played Marauder first, but actually no, we want the Zookeeper here, and then the Mind Warper. Yeah, let's kill the Ember Imp so we can play out the Mind Warper, and then the Marauders. And unfortunately, we don't have the Crystal Hive yet, but we still got 6 Mars creatures on the board, so that's something that he's going to have to respond to. Going into Brobnar to do some creature control. Gains 2 with War Chest. So we go back into Mars. And we're going to use Mind Warper on Restringuntus. We're going to kill Restringuntus with Grabber Jammer. And we're going to reap and reap. And we're going to take Troll into our archives. Here comes the Dis. We're going to go Mars again. Not pull the archive. We're going to reap and take Demon. These draws are actually so damn bad. Low. That's what happens with low creature, or low SAS, kind of. So this is looking really good. We got the Mars when we needed it. It takes out Mind Warper. If I do get my second key, I think we just keep going Mars here and reaping. Yeah, we'll go reap, get the bump C, reap, and in turn. We'll reap 3 more times. or twice because we needed to kill that Ember Imp. Probably didn't, but he steals one and steals a whole bunch with one last job. That was nice. So we could go Mars here. Actually, let's go Dis. We don't get to check with Mars anyway. Actually, no, let's go Brobnar. To start building up our board again, we can gain one with War Chest, and then next turn we'll have a big Brobnar board. And yeah, Maverick Sloppy Lap works. Well, unfortunately, this is not my deck. I did open AOA, Worlds Collide, Mass Mutation, and DT for this format, but I didn't have any Coda. So the Coda is not mine. Okay, he punches the Zookeeper. Yeah, I'm just going to go Brobnar. Is this the one with... Okay, this is not the one. He does have Pile of Skull, which he didn't get. So yeah, we can, I think, burst. And is it worth it killing that? I don't know. Yeah, I think so, because we get one when we fight, so whatever. Bait and switch, Spy Master, Seeker Needle. Okay, we got it. Got Mars when we needed it and reaped a whole bunch. It was a nice one last job play that he had to really steal a bunch and burst up. But luckily we were able to get enough before that. Yeah, he's getting a bit frustrated from bad draws, and I definitely got a lucky draw on my battle fleet to get it more Mars to set up that nice big Mars lineup. Yeah, so, but I mean that is Keyforge. Had the luck of the draw. Yeah, he was saying he just tried to ban most of my creature control. And that's pretty much what I was doing with his too, so I guess we had the same strategy both ways. On to game 3. Okay, so game 3, yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick my Mass Mutation deck here. I don't think Radia has any shots. Let's take a look at it really quick again. It has 18 creatures. I don't know. It might, but I think we're gonna go with. Oh, sorry, Worlds Collide deck is what it is actually. Okay, and we'll probably pick his Mass Mutation deck, but I'm not positive. Alrighty. Game 3. Let's see, we got Porto something. Porto Storm, the compadre of the Polis. Oh, you already have a disc Sloppy Lab Work? That's a sweet quick draw. I don't think I have any Maverick Sloppy Lab Works, but that's really cool, especially since you're on Sloppy Lab Work. Very nice. All right, he's good to go. Let's see, what did he pick? Did he not pick his Mass Mutation deck? He picked... No, he didn't. Interesting. What deck did he pick? He brings Nance of Face String Crossing. So what we like about this is having the gray right away. It's always nice to get that archiving going. And so I think we're probably going to go Star Alliance. He does have better creature control here. He does have the too much to protect, so that's what we got to watch out for. But yeah, I think we're going to keep this hand. We'll want to go Star Alliance. He goes Subtle Maul. So we'll go Star Alliance. And we'll put the Hawk in there. Play the Light of Archons also, and then the Commander Chan. Let's see, what other artifacts does he have? Subtle Maul and Peace Accord. 2 unnatural selections. Kymor Eclipse, that's pretty good. The Too Much to Protect, and then Mac the Knife, double Ghost Hawk. He also has a Hawk. So he's got Medic Ingram with a Force Field on it. And that's interesting. We're going to play out our Star Alliance again. We're going to put out Medic Ingram, and we're actually going to ward Information Officer, maybe? And then we're also going to put Chan's Blaster on him. He's going to Reap. We're going to try and make him a Voltron. We're going to use Chan's Blaster to deal 2 damage to Ingram, and then we're going to archive Kymor Eclipse, and then Chan will fight Ingram. Quicksands, and took my ward away, and then he Ghost Hawks and Low Dawns. Okay, we'll keep going Star Alliance. We'll play out Val Jericho, Reap, we'll ward Gray again, Reap, and Reap. Use the Blaster to deal 2 damage to Ghost Hawk, and archive Dusk Runner. He does have a really nice burst there. And gets up to check, but I think we keep running with our Star Alliance because it is rocking. Now, do we put the Light of the Archons again on Gray? Or we put it on the Val Jericho? He does have a Kymor Eclipse coming. Ingram. Let's put it on the Ingram. Reap with the Ingram. And actually ward the Ingram here. Like you don't have A in your deck, and so I picked the right deck to play. Well, I have a Ronnie and a Dust Runner. He gets out a Chain Gang and a Hugger Mugger, so we're going to need to take care of that. We'll just keep reaping though here. We will fight with the Ingram and the Chain Gang. we'll reap here. Do 2 damage again. Archive, Chimera Eclipse, and then reap here. So this actually does, if it does get the Ronnie, I do have the Chimera Eclipses and with the Ronnie, which is nice. He gets a Stunner and a Cloaking Dongle and Explorer Rover. Okay. We're gonna go Star Alliance. Now we could Neutrino Flux and take out. It's kind of crazy. I think it's too crazy. TCO decided it's not his day. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we just reap out here. We will heal and ward Chan. They do have the Center Chief Garcia with another Cloaking Dongle. Explorer Rover fights Information Officer Gray or reaps and then stuns it. But of course we will go Star Alliance again. We'll unstun there. Fight here. Fight here, and then reap and churn. 4 warded Star Alliance. That was quite a draw. All I did was play Star Alliance the whole game. All I did was play Star Alliance the whole game. So that's quite a draw. Medic Ingrams can be so difficult. He says, well, he will learn his decks and refuse to lose a single more game, not even one. Watch me do it. So, we'll see. Sometimes the stars align. Oh, Sloppy Lawwork in the house. Sounds like he had a really rough day. So that pretty much really sucks when you have a rough day, play Keyforge, which is a fun game, and then you get really bad draws, and it just makes you even more upset. So that's just a rough day. He does apologize to the stream for getting frustrated. And he apologizes that you couldn't be more entertained. But so that's in KFL. We'll take a quick look at actually our group in KFL. Back to this. Let's see, what is our group here in division? Let's see. Maybe we can't see. No, I guess we can't see because this is all season 17 stuff. So I guess we can't see the sealed divisions. Okay. We'll have to see next time, hopefully, how our division is going. We can see here who is in our division though. And it will be a pretty cool division because we have a lot of content creators. So we have Murph, Fudginator. We have AnxiousPirate, of course, who also streams. We have the Captain, he tried to stream his game today. And same with Murph, but Twitch was having problems earlier. We have Spymaster, and then we have Sab. So a really good group, a really fun group. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. Let me check this real quick. All right. Playing after a rough day is tough. Yeah, it is. Gotta ask the cards for some luck sometime. But they were not being nice. Okay. Let's see. What else? I've been working on the 24-hour stream. I'm gonna try and put all the streams together into one big one and upload it to YouTube. Had a little bit of problems getting the streams, but now I have them all except for, unfortunately, the Swindle Dust Chronicles one was lost. I'm sorry for your pain, Fudginator, but I should be able to get all those stitched together tonight, I hope. I do plan to do a little bit of cutting out some of the intros and outros, so that'll take some time. But and then I need to put together a little bit of promo work for that as well. If you play it all at double speed, it only takes 12 hours. Perfect. That's a great. We need to you make like some promo material too, Ketzer. The 24-hour stream. Play it at double speed, and it only takes 12 hours. Okay, let's see. What else do we got coming up? I'm going to get that 24-hour stream out on YouTube, hopefully within the next day. And then I was working a little bit last night on the Dataforge next episode. So my goal is still to have it done by Friday. That's the goal. So I'm going to plan for a stream. Did I say Friday? If I did, I meant Saturday. I'm going to plan to have a stream Saturday. And hopefully it's the full Dataforge. I think should be able to make it. And that'll be good because then we got some more good stuff coming up for Dataforge after that. As you saw in the 24-hour stream, this next episode of Dataforge will be on the impact of chains and what I call anti-chains, so more or less efficiency. And we're going to use the impact of chains to try and understand, should we hold a board wipe or not? And we're also going to do some scenarios on how fast creatures can build up in certain houses to try and help inform our decision if we should hold that board wipe or not. So that's the next episode. And then after that, there's a couple that I have on my plate. There was a whole bunch that were actually popular. This one that I'm doing next was one of the most popular. I think the next one that I'll do after that is one related to decks of Keyforge stats. And I need to reach out to Big Z, who I might be able to get also on the show to talk about decks of Keyforge stats. So that's going to be exciting. And then also one of my good friends got me some data related to Dark Tidings win-loss rates, and the goal is to take a look at that and compare it to some of the SAS for some of these cards and see where, everybody says DT SAS is way off. Well, let's take some examples, and if I do combine that in the same episode where we're looking at DOK stats with Big Z, we'll probably just look at maybe a bottom five example of win-loss rates, or kind of five to 10 examples of where the win-loss rate does not match kind of the SAS. But I think that should be pretty exciting, pretty interesting for, yeah. What do the win-loss rates tell us? There's actually a decent amount of data out there now for win-loss rates on DT. I know that's one thing that Dexa Keyforge was waiting for, and they just haven't made an update. I know they have a bunch of updates pending, and they are planning an update in the future. So I'm sure there's corrections that are coming, but it'd be interesting just to look at with where we're at right now, with everybody saying DT is so off in SAS, kind of some examples of here's what the win-loss rates tell us. Yeah, it'd be Master Vault win-loss races. So it's win-loss from OP. Because people are still doing OP, still doing chain bound. The win loss rate data still gets recorded. So, and what's up, Andrew? Nice to see you. So with that, it just all I had on the store tonight was playing that NKFL sealed match, and that's all I got. Yeah, no worries. A lot of times I put on a stream and then I lurk as well, just because doing something else or something. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Thanks everyone for watching, and hope to see you again later this week. Hopefully Saturday. I don't think I have anything to stream before that. So, but I will be streaming Saturday night. So thanks for watching. Have a good night. Have a good day wherever you are. Happy time zone, and appreciate the chatter, and appreciate everybody stopping by, and hope you have a great rest of your day.